around the company. My name is Duncan, Rowe, and I'm the sales manager for UK and Ireland for Analytix. Analytix are a leading supplier of sample preparation and thermal sampling equipment. We are fairly new to the Irish market, so we're looking to get a bit of exposure today to sort of introduce the different technologies and platforms that we've got that can help you in the laboratory. One of those ranges that we're looking to sort of introduce is the microwave, and this is a lab-based system. So we're looking at how they've evolved over the time, so anyone that's ever used a microwave might be quite interested, or people that are maybe looking to, and how it can be a flexible tool really for the modern laboratory, so it's not really just about the heat aspect. So microwave discovery, if we start sort of back there where it all began, this gentleman here, Percy Spencer, is the guy that really is credited with the first sort of diagnosis of microwave heating. And you've probably all heard the story before where there was a gentleman with chocolate in his pocket stood next to a magnetron and it melted, and that's how the microwave was actually first discovered. Now there were other people that had seen this phenomenon before, but Percy Spencer was the guy that really started to investigate it. He worked for a company called Raytheon, and he started to do experiments with various magnetrons that he was already using to see how the heat would affect certain materials that we were trying to sort of react with. One of the first experiments that he did with one of his colleagues was to place a magnetron above an egg that was in an open kettle. Now, when he put the magnetron power on, there was obviously a lot of energy that went into the egg, and the egg exploded. So quite literally had an egg on his face of his colleague. But from there, that's where he started to introduce the idea of having a microwave cavity. So he sort of came with the idea we don't want to be blowing eggs up on people's faces, so we're going to build an oven or a chassis, if you like, that's going to be able to contain the microwaves and anything that we're trying to heat. So that's really where the microwave that we know today was born. Raytheon, the company that he was working for, filed the first patent in 1945, and they started to begin with experimenting on different sizes of microwaves, and back then these systems were huge. They were 750 pounds in weight, they cost about $20,000 back in 1945 to buy, so they weren't really commercially available, but that's where the microwave really was born. They became commercially viable in the 60s, and that's really where we started to have the generations of what we know today is a modern microwave within there. And I did read somewhere that Percy Spencer, for a guy that sort of invented one of the most widely used pieces of technology commercially and in a lab now, got all of $2 royalty from Raytheon for actually making this discovery. So they did quite well out of Percy there. So, like I said, in the 60s, that's where we started to see them introduced into the kitchen, for example. But from where we come in, really, it was the late 70s where we started to introduce them into the laboratory, because we were finding that tests for things like AA or ICP, so any wet chemistry sort of methodology, the analysis side of things was very quick, but the sample prep was very slow. So we were using things like hot plates, hot blocks, heating mantles to do the preparation, and the goal really was these wet chemistry sort of soil digests, reducing the time from days down to hours, down to minutes. So we were looking at reducing the bottleneck that had been created from more sort of traditional heating mechanisms to now using a microwave to speed things up. So much like in a kitchen when we want to go and heat something quickly, we revert to the microwave. That's what chemists were starting to do in the late 70s, early 80s. So the first systems themselves were essentially an armour-plated kitchen microwave. Okay. So what we're trying to do here was to accelerate the heat reaction by using microwave energy, but also to reduce the time further by using closed vessels. So by doing that, we create very high pressures inside, so we're effectively creating a bit of a bomb in there. Now, the first reaction chambers were actually called Teflon bombs, so anyone that had the joy of working with microwaves in the late 70s, early 80s will know that these things did, on time to time, used to explode. So essentially, we had to build a very, very strong cavity that would be able to withstand if a pressure release was to occur. Obviously, that was the first sort of iteration of the systems. We moved into the 80s as they became more popular in the laboratory to really sort of work on the design to make it more ergonomic for the users to actually handle. We introduced a down-pulling door. We had a wider cavity so that we could actually get these reaction vessels in and out of the microwave. We also introduced control terminals for the first time so that we could actually store methods on there rather than just dialing up a power like you would today in the kitchen. All of this as well led to an increased application field as well, so primarily we were looking at wet chem techniques for the environmental market. We started to now, with more understanding of the chemistry of microwaves themselves and the way they heat, introduce sort of applications into like plastics, oils for example, into there, which brought their own sort of troubles as well. We also looked at improving the workflow by having a faster cooling within these systems. So although the previous models were very quick at performing the reaction, they didn't have any sort of fan or ventilation on them. So if anything did go, the vapours would just sit in there and it would take quite a long time to cool. Whereas on the later model, the second sort of edition, we introduced a dedicated exhaust system that would be able to help cool and to remove any acid fumes if required. Moving on further, we started to get more to the point where we're at with today, and it was this introduction of the reaction temperature sensor that really sort of widened the scope of what we can do with microwaves and how we can actually control reactions to get better chemistry from them. So we introduced here, as you can see, there's a thermocouple probe, a temperature sensor that is sitting directly inside the reaction vessel now. So previously we were just working on power versus time methods, so we would heat for 10 minutes at a certain power and we would hope that it got to roughly the temperature that we wanted to. Now that was good and we were still able to heat things quickly, but we obviously needed to be able to do things a lot more reproducibly as the systems were becoming more sort of used within academia and industry. So the introduction of this temperature monitoring system really allowed us to sort of control everything we want to do within a microwave very, very closely. We also introduced higher capacity rotors at this time because as they were becoming more widely used, it was putting more pressure on the sample preparation technique, so samples were getting higher and higher in terms of usage, so we had to cope with the increased demand for the analysis by increasing the front end, which is the sample prep, to allow us to do more vessels. What we also improved on this iteration was to have a pressure release system built in, so we've gone away from having a Teflon bomb that just used to stay closed or explode. We've now gone to a system here where we have a pressure release valve in there. Now that valve allows us to control the pressure of the reaction to ensure that the vessels now aren't blowing up, they are merely venting if they hit the limit of the vessels. So the increase in the temperature, capacity and the pressure is giving us a lot greater control than we had sort of 10-15 years previous from here. Then we get to sort of late 90s, early 2000s. We've increased the control of the reaction even further within here by changing things like the software algorithms that we're using to control the systems. So now we can have temperature feedback constantly, we can have pressure feedback on there if we want to. We've added external sensors like infrared for indirect heating. We can even monitor any gas leakage within the systems now as well. So all of these parameters that we're trying to control within the chemistry can now be done in the ethos model that you see before you. We've also gone from not just increasing the amount of vessels that are inside there, we've also gone for increasing the amount of rotors as well. So different applications like solvent extraction started to come into play here. So what this has led to really is the latest model that you see before you. So our ethos platform that you can see on stand 156 over there is a larger cavity, so we can fit more samples in. We've got higher power systems in here, so we've got a greater capacity of load to heat. We've got higher throughput platforms, and we've even improved things like having preloaded methods on there, so you don't have to work out your own chemistry. You can use over 400 methods that are programmed up on the system and pick which one's going to work for yourselves. We've even gone a next step in terms of the reporting and remote monitoring, where you could actually sit and watch it on your smartphone now if you were that sad to want to see your microwave digest still. But the reporting capabilities now allow us to create things like PDF, connector limbs, so you can extract that data quicker. So you're not just doing the preparation faster, you're doing your sort of data collection as well. And very recently, this multifunction in the last one is really what sort of revolutionised what we can do with the microwave systems. So we're not just interested in wet chemistry techniques anymore and using it just for heating for environmental or food purposes, for example. We can now use it for a variety of different applications in the laboratory. So for instance, the one at the top, we've got an ashing furnace, so we can replace a normal traditional muffle furnace with high temperature, fast ashing, so you can do the ashing of soils, plastics, oils within minutes as opposed to hours. You can do studies such as loss on ignition, sulfated ash, fusions if you're working with flux materials as well, and also sintering if you're working in sort of chemical synthesis background. We also have applications now for the food industry where we can do fatty acid methyl ester derivatization, so we can create the FAMEs in situ in the microwave much faster than we can on a traditional method. So you could do 44 samples in an hour as opposed to 44 samples that might take 1 day or 2 days traditionally. We can also do hydroxyproline determination, sodium determination, so as much as the heavy metal side, we're also doing ashing and these other sort of determinations as well. We've also improved the solvent extraction side, so we could do that in the late sort of 90s, early 2000s, but we've now created a dedicated rotor to allow us to use disposable glass vials. So this is for things like TPHs, PCBs, PAHs. Using the normal Teflon reactors is quite difficult to actually clean them after, so we went down the route of having a disposable glass vial, which would allow us to obviously get through higher throughput and help with the overall workflow of the microwave. Very recently as well, we've introduced a total fats and dairy product, which allows us to combine the hydrolysis and extraction in one go with a fat determination after by calculation. This is replacing things like Weibel-Stolt, Rose-Gottlieb methods that again are quite laborious. They take hours, days sometimes to do. In a microwave, we're getting it down to a matter of minutes. In addition to the sort of analytical side as well, we've got the chemical synthesis range that we can use. So classic synthesis like reflux, distillations, hydrothermal synthesis. We can do high temperature, high pressure. We can scale from the milliliter all the way up to the litre. We can even do solid phase work in here as well. We can work under vacuum. We've got flow chemistry. So essentially we're using the microwave cavity for anything that you're doing in a laboratory with heat. We can place it into our systems. The next generation microwaves is a single reaction chamber. So this operates differently to what we've seen previously of a multi-mode cavity. And these ones, whether it be for chemical synthesis reactions or for acid digestion, means that you can do 15 different chemistries at once in here. So you could place a different sample type, a different sample amount, a different acid chemistry, a different volume, and you can process them all in one go. Previously, if you were to do that on the ethos model and you had 15 different chemistries, that would be 15 separate runs. So again, it's not only speeding things up, it's actually improving the workflow for you. We can work with low volumes, high weights. We can even do gas insertions into here, so you can perform hydrogenations. So you can actually insert hydrogen during the run, and you can also sub-sample during the run as well if you want to. So, in terms of the microwave cavity now that we've got, we obviously have that single reaction chamber, but based on the ethos model in the centre that you see here, we've got a system that started with digestion and has evolved all the way through to high capacity, high throughput, high pressure. We've then got the ability now to use ashing, which is in the top right hand corner. We've got hydroxyproline and FAMEs, top left. We've got solvent extraction, bottom left, and then we've got synthesis, bottom right. All of these platforms, all of these accessories can go into one platform. So now we're finding a lot of institutes and academic research are buying the microwave cavity, and then each group is buying their own accessory, if you like. So because of the speed of analysis, a lot of microwaves can sit idle if you don't have high throughput. So by having a multi-functioning platform, just gives you a very, very flexible tool for today's laboratory. So that's the end of the presentation. If you do want to come and find out any more, we're on stand 156. We've got the microwave over there and a lot of brochures, so it'd be good to everyone come over. So thank you very much.